Hi ho everybody, and welcome to Kingdom Compass TV, the show where we talk about shows episode by episode, week by week, for our enjoyment and yours. I'm one of your hosts, Griffin Tennell, Griffy D-Pad, and with me as always, the wonderful, the amazing Mr. Mitch George. How are you doing?
We got a Toronto name drop.
Oh yeah, Toronto was mentioned in this episode.
We're now at 2 Toronto references in the MCU, and I love it.
I just watched the show. I should have had that in my brain.
It's one of those things, you know, the Leo DiCaprio meme where he's like, he points to the TV. That's literally me as I was watching this episode.
You know what? Fair. That's how I.
Especially we have a really vibrant Greek community in Toronto. Some of the best Greek food you'll get in the world. You come and visit. We're taking you for Greek food. It's one of Carmen's favorites. So
I mean, I'm in. That sounds amazing. Actually, Greek in general sounds amazing right now.
Well, when I was down in Florida, I couldn't find, there was like one Greek restaurant that was like in a gas station parking lot. I'm like, nah, like what is going on here? Like,
for real, that will be some of the best food you've ever had.
I mean, probably,
down
but
here,
I was also too busy with other things. But we're not here to talk about gas station Greek food.
You're right. But also at the same time, one of the best girls I ever had was at a gas station food truck.
Fair enough.
No, we're here today to talk about Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Episode 1, The Northern Star. That's right, folks. Kingdom Compass TV is our streaming show where we talk about shows that are streaming.
Did you say shows enough times there, Griffin?
Show. If you enjoy this, please subscribe to the podcast or to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@the Kingdom Compass Pod, where you can see our lovely faces, YouTube shorts, the other show where we just put out a pretty great episode, recapping a whole lot of news. But more importantly than any of that, talking about a fun red guy in tights. Fun guy in red tights. There we go.
They're also blue.
And that are also blue, but it's Spidey. We're talking about Spidey. Talking about that Spider-Man brand new day trailer, which I'll tell you what, I got to see in a theater last night. Incredible. Perfect.
I wonder, so again, spoilers for future episode. I saw Hoppers this week, but we missed all of the trailers. Like we walked into the theater as the Moana live action trailer was playing, so thank God for that. It just finished. I wonder if it was playing before that. If they stitched that one in after the trailer dropped, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
I suspect not, because it's a Sony trailer, not a Disney trailer.
Yeah, but it is Marvel still.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I got to see it well before Project Hail Mary, which is a great movie. Highly recommend.
Really want to see that. I love Andy Weir's writing. I want to read the book and then see the movie, but I feel like I need to see the movie in theaters. So I'll probably flip-flop
I would
that.
say I'm doing it the opposite way. I
movie
started
before the book.
Yeah, where I started reading the book, realized I'm like, no, I need to see this movie first. Saw the movie first.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same. I was talking with a mutual friend, TJ, and we're trying to coordinate just the next couple of weeks. We got a holiday next week with Easter, so it's going to be hard to like just find the time to go to the movies. But I'm hoping we can get it to a theater before it gets pulled out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is well worth it. I got to see it in a 70 millimeter as well.
Oh, there's no way I'll be able to do that. Those showings are selling out as soon as the tickets are going up.
I will say downside.
2 70 millimeter theaters here, and even then, it's
downside.
Stuff.
9:30 p.m. show.
That happened to me with what was the last big 70 millimeter film? Was it Oppenheimer? Maybe.
That sounds right.
I think for Oppenheimer, the only ticket I could get was for like a 10:45 p.m. showing. So I left the theater at like 1 a.m. and I was just delirious. I should not have been on the road that night.
I remember you talking with us. That was the case for you after Avatar.
Maybe that's what it was. It was Avatar in 70 millimeter.
Yeah, it was. Looks like the last
Daredevil.
3 were
Daredevil, Griffin. Daredevil.
Was Sinners. It was Sinners.
Daredevil.
Was Sinners.
I still haven't watched that. I need to watch that.
Got to do a big argument about work with it. I'm realizing I'm showing the wrong. There we go. Yeah, we're talking about Daredevil. What's funny is for that bit there, I transitioned us over to the regular show.
It happens.
It happens.
We zig and zag, but we're zigging right into Hell's Kitchen today.
Hell's Kitchen today. Daredevil Born Again is back. Before we jump into this episode, Mitch, where did you come, now that we've had some time for a minute, where do you come down on season 1 of Born Again?
I wish I had rewatched it before getting into season 2. The recap at the beginning did a good job. Season 1 of Born Again it definitely felt like, and again, this is going to be a cliche, it felt like a rebirth of the character, where now you've taken what is an established lineage from the Netflix shows and tried to inject it into the MCU framing in a way that at times felt at odds with itself in season 1. I did not feel any second of that in season 2. It feels like this is the season that they were trying to set up through all of that. So now we're getting the big payoff.
So I thought I heard something. Which is kind of a horrifying statement when you live alone.
It's kind of horrifying when you don't either, to be honest.
True. Yeah, I enjoyed season 1 of Daredevil. It was something that I thought was good, not great. Where I come down it,
I thought it was somewhere on the border for me, at least, just because I'm enamored with this character and Charlie Cox's portrayal.
Yeah, I think what really sold me with season 1 is that Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio back and forth. Like, I really, really loved that, and I'm going to continue to love that regardless, whether it's in the show, in the press junket. I love these two together.
Yeah, you can already feel the tension building even in this first episode.
Yeah, I think
even though they share 0 screen time.
Yeah, I think the first season relies very heavily on fan service. In a way of, we know exactly what you want to see, and we're going to give it to you. In a way that I just didn't love upon a rewatch. It was something I really loved at the moment of watching it the first time around, but upon like taking a beat, thinking about it more, and coming back to it, I was like, okay, I can see where this isn't quite as good storytelling as I would hope, especially when you have the 3 seasons of the Netflix show, which were incredible storytelling. Well, 1 and 3 were. To get into that and then bring it into today's episode, for me, it felt like a lot more of that fan service. And then the addition of what might be one of the most interesting characters they've introduced in a Marvel TV show. To me.
In
my boy
Mr.
Matthew
Charles?
Lillard.
Yeah,
bringing it in, Mr. Charles. It shows me the storyline they're starting to do here. With like, there was the storyline when Fisk was mayor of basically this incredibly wealthy crime family owning him, and it seems like we're doing something like that. But we got the Vanessa de Allegra Fontaine name drop. We got some crazy shit.
It seems like we've gone from crime to we're now talking about the state funded crime, like the idea of the state, because Julia Louis-Dreyfus, her character is the head of the CIA in Thunderbolts asterisk, and Charles here being either mercenary or some sort of specialist working with Contessa or Allegra de
Fontaine.
Thank you. It's going to be very interesting to see where that dynamic goes. And it's going to be really fun to see Fisk squash his head like a grape by the end of the season, because that is where
I don't think it's going there. I think he wins. Also, Contessa Valentina de Allegra de Fontaine. Sorry.
Too many words. It's fine.
No, I think Cherry, or not Cherry. I think Charles wins this.
Jerry Seinfeld?
No, I was thinking of Cherry, the other.
Oh, Cherry, the cop.
Another character in this.
Man, that final scene, I was on edge.
Oh,
I don't know about you, but the tension there.
That's where the show gets me back, right? Where it's like, I wasn't fully into this episode from at the beginning, as we're going through it and having the cutbacks. And I love the interstitial, though, of BB's news segment paired with then the taking of it and making with the fake Fisk, which I am 100%.
It is still BB.
Yeah, I'm 100% assuming that it's still BB.
Yeah, she's
just being careful.
It makes sense given the scene that we have with Karen and BB further into the episode, right?
But there's like so much of this where I'm like, okay, I see where you're going, and I'm like, okay, this wasn't a great episode, like beginning of the season to me. It just kind of felt like just another episode to keep things rolling. But man, that scene in Cherry's apartment.
Yeah, it felt like it was doing the things to build essentially just set the stage for what is going to be the major conflict, at least for these first few episodes, which is going to be how do we get these tons of guns off of the ship that's now capsized in the New York Harbor, which fine. I think that's a fun MacGuffin for them to chase for the first half of the season. But it's going to be really interesting as well how they've built out a fan like they've built out affection for some of these characters they introduced in season one with Cherry, with the niece of White Tiger, who presumably is going to take up that mantle,
Mhm.
with the
With
fan
Kirsten.
service they're going to throw at people from the trailer. Spoilers obviously ahead that Jessica Jones is reappearing in the season. She's been in a lot of the marketing material.
And
So like
they name drop her in the episode.
they do name drop her in this episode. That is very true. So this crew that he's building to combat Fisk with BB and Karen.
Yeah, now that we have some of this laid out, right? Like I assume that the first half of the season is
the
boat and or Fisk dealing with the boat and Matt dealing partially with the boat, but also more with building up this team.
And in the background, also trying to help build the case for the vigilantes, because we've also got Swordsman, who will presumably also finally suit up as part of the season.
Will he?
If he stays out of prison, I think he will.
Well, I mean, there's the question. I don't think that man's making it to trial.
We'll see. I don't think he's making it to trial, but I think he doesn't make it to trial because Jessica and Matt bust him out.
I think that man's fucked.
Well, I mean, he already is with the fact that we have now a malpracticing psychiatrist.
Dude, I love the turn of Heather. It's so good.
Muse is so much better used in this one episode than the entirety of season one.
I will say, though, the one thing I don't like with her, and it's less about her and more about Matt, is I don't like how neatly they've cleaned up. Okay, her and Matt no longer together. Like
Matt's missing.
Yeah, but but he's missing and also making out with Karen. Like for me,
that was weird.
They buttoned that up and moved on. So done, dealt with,
so
over
suddenly. Yeah,
that I'm like, no, make it messy. What makes things interesting is it being messy.
I think the reason it's not messy here is because, again, this was originally a one-season show that they then decided to completely revamp. And you can tell where the differences are in storytelling in season one from the original plot to where they ended up. This season just feels like, okay, we've taken that revamped plot and that is the only thing going forward.
Oh, absolutely. But at the same time...
And I don't think that relationship was a part of that original plot at all.
At the same time, like... you have to adjust things and make things more interesting to keep things being an interesting story. Like, like don't get me wrong, I see where it was and where it should have been, but but I'm not going to excuse what they have done because of that. Like, I do think that it makes things less interesting and takes away from the overarching show when they do that. I still very much enjoyed this episode. Don't get me wrong, folks. I really, really liked this. That little bit was just like, oh, okay, we just don't care about this. I take that as okay, this character's fitting this role now and this role only, and we are only ever going to see her in that because we're keeping things compartmentalized. She is in Fisk's story now. She is not in Matt's story.
Until those stories intersect, and maybe then we do see more of that unraveling of her psyche, as we've already gotten hints to with the Muse sightings in this first episode.
Oh, 100%.
And the fact that they're not hiding the fact that this PTSD has driven her to the bottle, I think is also a very interesting direction to take this character, especially as a practicing psychiatrist who presumably is being used as a character witness. I think she is honestly central to adding any credence to this vigilante trial. If they can crack her, which I think will be the plot of one of these episodes, they crack her, they crack the entire case.
I mean, you would assume, right, going into this, Matt comes back and Matt's the one to crack her.
But I don't know how they do that without keeping him out of Fisk's crosshairs, except that now you also have an ally on the side of Matt and company in Bullseye, which I thought was a very interesting way to end this episode.
That was the oh shit moment for me. The thing about it is I think they could do it because Matt is not wanted. Matt's just missing. Daredevil is wanted. And while Fisk knows,
Fisk knows,
but he can't prove it. Anybody who knew, with the exception of Cherry and Karen, is dead. Thanks to Bullseye.
Jessica.
Yeah, but okay, if there's anyone in the world that Kingpin cannot get to crack, it's Jessica Jones.
Frank.
Same statement.
The AVTF presumably still has Frank from the end of season 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, okay, that reminds me. Okay, we'll get to the Bullseye at some point. God, I hope Powell is in that Punisher. I hope he survives this entire show just to go into that Punisher special and get his shit rocked.
Oh, he's so dead by the end of one of these things.
It's look, I saw a couple criticisms of both the original series and this series of and we're going to get into the real world politics in the way we always have to with Daredevil Born Again. Of they really, really want to make Trump or make Wilson Fisk a 1-to-1 parallel to Trump. And it's like, okay, I get it, but there's comics precedents to back a lot of this up. I think it's less of a 1-to-1 precedence and more, hey, fascist assholes look the same.
I was gonna say you even get that scene with the Greek restaurant owner calling him a fucking fascist in Greek. Like that is just the parallel where like the AVTF is ICE right now in the US. Sorry to say it, folks, but it is a task force that is unhinged, masked, has no oversight, and can do whatever the hell they want. Guess what? That's what's happening in US airports as of this past Monday.
Nah, but what's great about the task force is that they're not masked up.
Well, neither are ICE agents in U.S. airports.
Yeah, I hate it here, man.
I know.
I hate it here.
But like, even then, it's the idea, again, to go back to the idea of Charles and the CIA backing what Fisk is doing. It is state-sponsored domestic terrorism.
I guess my point here is like,
look at Minnesota.
The one again, the points I'm trying to make here is the ones-to-ones are not them trying to make Fisk Trump-like. It is all fascists.
Trump is a
same.
fascist.
Like I really want to get that clear here. Of walks like a duck, talks like a duck. Like
it's a duck.
It's a duck. Like it's very clear here, especially with Powell, where this man is angry. He just wants violence. He just wants to beat the fuck out of people, and specifically, he likes to beat out the fuck out of people who don't deserve it. Particularly minorities, defenseless,
or people that threaten his own, self-righteous.
And to top all of that shit off, I'm going to go into the same thing I went into last season of, God, I love that they use the Punisher symbol on their uniforms. Because it just fully encapsulates the misunderstanding that the cops of America have with the Punisher.
The thing is, too, they've got the Punisher logo on their chest. Guess what is under that logo? A heart. Guess what that logo is for Frank? A fucking target.
If we don't get a scene of him targeting
that whole special is going to be him ripping those patches off.
I cannot.
And I can't wait for that. We've got that announcement. One last kill. It's coming
right
a
after,
week or two after this wraps.
It comes it's a week after the finale. So what we'll probably end up doing is doing this show, going into that, and then doing whatever's next. Knowing that's something.
Next movie will be Spider-Man, but yeah, we'll find something.
I meant more on the TV show side of things.
No, I know.
We got more characters to talk about here. Not a ton more though. I want to talk about BB. BB and Daniel Blake. I am so curious to see where this one goes down.
He's so screwed.
I love the parallels to BB and Ben. And like, there's a moment of like her walking with Karen, and it's like nearly a replica of her. It's nearly a shot for shot with her and Ben in season 1.
Yeah,
like I love it so much. Kind of having this little bit of a mentorship role. Hey, be careful. I do think she's playing him for a fool right now. I think she's in equally, if not more, danger than he is, though.
The danger is paralleled, but it's coming from a different source, right?
Mm-hmm. I am terrified for her.
For her, the terror is Kingpin. For him, the terror is the fall of Kingpin, right? But you can tell that like she is using this relationship to her benefit because she even says to Karen, like, that's my source.
Mm-hmm. Like for me, I cannot wait to see the moment that Blake realizes what's going on, because it's not subtle.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is like we see. So, spoilers for the Spider-Man trailer. If you're not watching that and you're trying to go to the movie blind, just mute yourself for a second. But like we see Kingpin's chief of staff present Spidey with the key to the city, but it's not guaranteed that Fisk is still mayor of the city. And they set up Daniel here as his deputy mayor. If something were to happen to Fisk, he's the mayor of New York till there's an election, right?
I mean, I have theories.
Who knows?
I think we might get a certain superhero back.
I mean, I would vote Luke Cage for mayor of New York.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite moves that Marvel has ever done in comics, where it's like, no, we are gonna beat this man politically. Who are we gonna throw out there? Luke Cage.
I think I know what we're gonna do after Punisher. Because while all of this is dropping, they're also dropping Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord on us.
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
I'm very aware. I'm so excited for that show.
I forgot the date. I'm like, you couldn't have offset that by a few weeks.
I've accepted it. Looking for some other stuff here. Yeah, we mentioned all the Justin Turner stuff. We mentioned the Jock stuff. Mr. Charles, freaking dope. Also, just in general, shout out Matthew Lillard. I love this man so much.
He's fantastic in this, and I can't wait to see more of this character. But I don't expect him to make it out of this season.
And then, yeah, I think it finally brings us to the cherry stuff at the end. That fight scene with Matt. Like, I loved all of that. Him and Matt's interactions, I think, were the highlight of this episode.
Him getting unmasked was something I did not expect.
Didn't see that coming, and then made so much sense when Daredevil, or not, when Bullseye takes him out.
I'm like, I couldn't have, like, I'm like, Frank? But no, it couldn't have been. But yeah, we'll see where that goes, because there's going to be a real moral decision that Matt's going to have to make there of like, the enemy of my enemy, forgive and forget. I'm going to kill him as soon as we're done with all this. Like, what are we going to do here?
Yeah, I mean, there's the question, right? Like, does Matt bring Bullseye into the fold? Like, I don't think he does. I think he hates this man.
I think it becomes like, I do think there's like there will be a moment that he realizes that they need someone who's willing to cross that line. He won't want him there, but it's going to become sort of like a necessary evil to overthrow Kingpin, because Matt won't do it. Someone has to. And if it has to be Bullseye, so be it.
I need Matt and Bullseye breaking out Frank.
No, see, I don't think Frank breaks out until the special. I think the special is him breaking out.
Well, but the only reason I want them is I want those two breaking out Frank, just so Frank can call Matt on the hypocrisy of working with Bullseye.
Like, well, I'd love that. I think you're just throwing too many characters at this season. I think that's why.
I think Frank is there. I do think Frank breaks out in this.
I don't think we see Frank this season. I don't think we see Frank until the special, and then we see him again in Spider-Man. I do expect that we're going to see Matt in Spider-Man.
I mean, can he? So I guess, can he be Daredevil in the show or in the movies? I know Vincent D'Onofrio can't be Kingpin in movies.
I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah, I could see him being in the season. I could see him not being in the season. I could see them going a few different ways with Frank's character. That I think could be interesting. It would feel a little weird though to go from Born Again season 1 into special into Spidey, but that's also just comic books, so
exactly. It's we're keeping Spidey this street level story.
But yeah, a lot to happen and a lot to come. We will be back next week talking about episodes 2 and 3, apparently, because Marvel just wants to fuck with us. Yeah, to bring it a little bit behind the curtain, next week was the only week of this show where we have scheduling issues.
And they dropped 2 episodes on us because, of course, they did.
I say this and I immediately message him. I'm like, of course.
It's because episode 3 ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I expect every episode, except for episode 2 now, to end on a cliffhanger.
Fair.
So one more question I want to ask you before we get out of here. How soon do we see Jessica?
Next episode.
I would agree. Or I'll say next week's episode. I think it could be a 2
We
or
see
3.
her in episode 2.
All right, folks. Keep an eye out for that. Let us know if we were right. Oh, we'll tell you, of course. We will see y'all in the next episode. But until then, be good to each other and have a magical day.
Excelsior.